Good morning, Bigfoot World. Another day here touching base with you. It's Saturday. I see where to start. Okay, I took some of you guys' advice, and David, thanks. Thanks for all your help, because without your ideas, I would have never took the steps that I took. So started off yesterday morning. I went across the street to this church, and I talked to this certain individual and showed him the video, the last video that I did, update video, and showed him the shadows that was behind me. And I showed him the voice at the end of that video. I showed him the rock that was being tossed down at Fred. I showed him a few voices at the different EVPs that we picked up inside the cave, the EVP that we picked up on the update of the last video. Okay, and they confirmed that there definitely is something there. But in order for them to do anything, he has to get medical treatment to make sure there's nothing medically wrong with him and to get checked out. So they said they try to get him to get up there and get checked out and then go from there. Okay, so myself and Fred's brother, Damien, he's the second time I met him. He's a pretty good guy. He came in, he traveled in, and me and him and Chrissy, we got Fred. We got him to go to the ER after 3 hours of fighting with him. We got him in there, and when I tell you about this ER, I'm not gonna mention any names, just so I don't get in trouble for slandering any company or anything. But Fred doesn't have medical insurance. We go into the ER. There's four nurses greet us at the door. I explained to him what's going on. I explained to him what we did. We went in the cave, and the next day after the cave, we watching the videos, and he ain't been back since. And it's been about 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks since it's happened. And I said he fell in there coming down a rock slide. He slid about 20 feet. It could be from the back guano. It could be picked up a parasite. I was just running a list down things that it might be. I even he might possibly be possessed because stuff in the video that we picked up might have something to do with it. So I just want to put that factor in with it. So the doctor decides they want to get blood tests, urine tests to start, and then order for a CAT scan. Okay. It took me about an hour to get Fred to get back from the waiting room to the bed area in the ER just to coach him. The one of the head nurses called the police. He wasn't acting out. He wasn't answering. He wasn't responding. He was just staring off. There was really no reason for them to call the police. He wasn't acting out. He just wouldn't cooperate. He just wouldn't do what they wanted him to do. So I said, "Come on, Fred, man, just do this for me. Let's have a seat. Let them check you out. They're just gonna take a little blood. They're just gonna see what's wrong with you." All right. So I talked him down, and he finally went into the room and sat down on the bed. They took his blood. They got his blood test done. They gave him a urine test, and then they, the technician that does the CATs, they finally came, and she asked Fred, "Do you want to get CAT done? Are you ready to get uh, the scan done?" And Fred didn't respond. Fred can't respond. And I told the lady, I was like, "Look, he's Fred's not there. That's why we're doing a scan. You're gonna have to either wheel the bed in. I can coach him into a wheelchair and we can wheel him in, but this is why we're doing a scan, because Fred's not responding. And she said, well, if he don't consent to the scan, I can't force it to him unless Chrissy 302, his girlfriend 302s him. We're trying to explain to him that that's not the issue. He's not a mental patient. He's not crazy. That's not what he needs. He needs checked out for other things. And she walked away from us like we wasn't shit. She just never came back. So while we was waiting for the blood test, Fred snapped out of it. I don't know if from the needle sticking in his arm, pulling out. I seen him turn real white. His lips turn white, like he's ready to pass out. And then he like, "Where am I? Why you got me here? What did I do?" It's like he was back, and he was asking me questions like, "What did I do? What happened? Am I hurt?" Like he realizing that he was in the hospital. I said, "Nah, man, you're finally back. You've been gone for 2 weeks, and we're here trying to figure out where you was." So I figured why he was back. I ran and got the doctor, and I said, "He's back. Can you get that technician back here to ask him if he wants to scan why he's back?" So she went and got the technician. She came back, and Fred, you ready to get this scan done? And he's back. He's gone again. He's back to straight staring through her. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm fighting a battle that's not meant to be fought. So they didn't do the scan. The main thing that needed done, they refused to do it. And the only way that they would force it on him if she would 302 him, and she refused to 302 him because it's not a mental issue at all. So he didn't get the scan done. The blood test came back normal. The urine test came back normal. It, there was no drugs in the back of my mind. Did somebody slip him some bad shit? Or there was no drugs whatsoever in his system. That is out the factor. There's nothing wrong with his blood count. Blood, everything's good. Everything checks out on that end good. He needs a scan. He needs a scan. So they just sent him home. Basically, I feel like because he didn't have insurance, they in the state of mind that he was in, he was the same way he came in is the same way he left. Couldn't get no help from him. So it was like out of options. That was yesterday. Okay, last night he woke up. I guess after he left the hospital, he went home went to sleep, and he woke up the next day like 2, 3 in the afternoon. Like he's sleeping forever. He's sleeping 15, 16 hours. He's That's all he wants to do is sleep. So last night he woke up. It was around 4 or 5. Chrissy messaged me and said that Fred's up. He's doing good. He's talking. He's alert. He wants to come down. I said, bring you down here. And he comes down and he said, what up, what up? Oh, Fred's back. It's like he's normal. That never happened. He sat down. We was talking. I showed him the update video. It's like, Fred, man, we're all worried about you. I'm worried. The fans are worried. I showed him you guys' comments. Hey, that meant a lot. And it brought him out of it. But like Dave said, that it could be trickery. If he's possessed, it could still be there. It could still be in him. And I gotta introduce Fred to the preacher, and I don't know how to go about doing that because Fred really doesn't know what's going on. He has no idea, and we're doing all this sneakery shit trying to get him fixed. And I think he's starting to look at us like we're conspiring against him, and really we're trying to help him out. But last night he was back. He was back the whole night. We sat and conversated, bull BS about the videos, about what we're going to do next, about that cave. He was fully back. I didn't get a chance to call him this morning yet. I'm going to see how he's doing. I might just walk up there and check on him. Hopefully he's doing pretty good. His color's back. Yes, last night he was actually looking pretty normal. But if it's possession, which I think it is, I believe it is. And I'll be honest, guys, I didn't really believe in that stuff before this cave. I would have laughed at you like they're laughing at me on the Bigfoot subject. But with the things that's been going on here, with the shadows, with the sounds, with the voices that we've been hearing in the cave, I now hear here. It's definitely starting to clearly seem like a possession. So my next option is just I have to get Fred introduced to just to talk to him, to the priest, and go from there. Because this is something that I'm not willing to fight. I'm not fighting no ghost. I want no parts of them. I want them out. I want them out of here. I want them out of Fred's. I just want them gone. But I know I'm rambling, but there's been a lot that happened. Okay. Yesterday, I tried to make this update video 3 times after I got out of the hospital, explaining what happened, what the ER did to Fred. I tried to film it 3 times, and all 3 times there was no voice, just just video. There was no audio. Go figure. So this is the 4th time I'm trying to get this update out to you guys to let you know what's going on with Fred. Hopefully this one got voice, got the audio on it, because I'm getting tired of trying to remember everything that's happening and then trying to repeat it over and over again. It's nerve wracking. But guys, I don't know what it is or what's going on. You guys that's been watching, you can see that there's definitely something not good here. And if Fred stays the way he was last night, he's going to the woods with me Sunday. That might be what he needs, and it might snap him out of it. Okay, but it's just, phew. It's this 2 weeks. It's been hard. It's ever since. Before I start rambling again, let me tell you what I did. After I got out of the hospital, it was about 3:30 in the morning, and Fred went home. I came down here and I went back to them cave videos. The last time we went just to see when like Fred was normal and when if there was a time on that video that he started acting weird. And the first video was where me and Fred went into one hole and I went into the other hole and we met up. Everything was pretty normal. It was the second video. We was walking around there. We was going through the cave, and when we got down by the main entrance where they sealed up, and Fred started climbing up this long rock face where there was a cliffhanger up there where the ledge was up there. He was trying to climb up to see what was up on top of that ledge land. Okay, he got about I say 10 to 15 feet from the top of it, and then his camera shut off. Actually, both of our cameras shut off at the exact same time. And but my battery wasn't dead. It just said it automatic shut off for some reason. So I hurry up and turned it back on. And Fred, he took his flashlight while I was watching it. He took his flashlight and set it on the ground where the light was beaming up so he can see to change his battery. And I was standing there flashing the flashlight up at him so he can have more light to see to get his battery out the bag and put it in the camera. And while I was doing that, I heard footsteps run up behind me. So I hurried up and turned around. I said, Fred, I hear footsteps. And then, like 2 seconds after that, you hear clink, clink. And then, Fred, get down here. Fred didn't move. He stayed up there. He stayed up there for a good minute and a half. So from that point up there, well, once he was up there for about a minute and a half, I turned back around, was looking around for what we was hearing, and while I was looking for what we was hearing, Fred was sitting up there. He just started sliding down. He took off. All the rocks took off. It's on the film. Eh, Why did he fall? Why did he just take off sliding down when he was just sitting there? But he took off and he fell. That was the first. I think that was the first sign of something wasn't right. Okay, but that's enough of rambling. I'm just want to touch base with you guys. I want to thank you all for your comments and your help trying to get me through this because it's been tough. When it comes to something like this, it's like who do you turn to? Who do you talk to? What do you do? This is out of my league. I ain't never dealt with no paranormal shit and ever. I mean, I seen a few things here and there that could have maybe was something, but to get it thrown in your face like this is ooh, scary. Now, David, I can't thank you enough for all the information that you shared with me, and it's got me a long ways. Because without your advice, I would have never went across the street, and I never would have fought to get Fred up to the ER. Now I have to somehow go get the preacher and Fred to meet, and I don't know how to go about because Fred can be bullheaded sometimes, and you're stupid. There ain't nothing wrong with me. I don't want him to do that. I just want him to go meet the guy, talk to him, and maybe he can do a little cleansing or whatever they do. Whatever they do, I need him to do it on Fred. But Fred, man, when you see this, we we glad you're back. We're glad that you're not fully back, but I can see that you're making progress. And like David said, it could be trickery. If it's a possession, it could be trickery. Now, this thing had control over him the whole time for 2 weeks straight. And now all of a sudden, it's just letting go and coming back, let go, coming back, let it's I don't. This is what I've been dealing with. I don't know. But I just wanted to fill you guys in with what's been happening so far. Yesterday, he snapped out of it a little bit. Yesterday afternoon. Hopefully today, when he wakes up, he's better than that. And I'll keep you guys updated. Other than that, tomorrow, Sunday, we're going. Me and Mike's going out. If Fred's still in the same state he was in yesterday, I'm gonna get him to go out too. And I'm gonna keep a close eye on him, guys. Watch that video and watch Fred. Watch you guys know Fred like I know Fred because a lot of you guys been watching from my last channel, from my first channel. So after a while watching us, you tend to get to know us, and you know how Fred was, the good kid he was. Watch how Fred is now, and you guys decide what's going on. But other than that, guys, I don't want to keep rambling on and just BSing about nothing. I just wanted to get up and clear the air with you guys and fill you in on what's been going on with my team. And we still here, we still fighting, and we ain't gonna give up, and we ain't gonna stop researching anything. Okay, on them subscribers, guys, I told you to slow down on subscribing, hitting that subscribe button. We need like 40 some more subscribers, and we got to go back to this cave. Guys, we're gonna do it. We're going to stay in that cave. For one, I just have to know more. I gotta know more about that place. I gotta be for sure if you can understand that. So once we hit them 1,000 subscriber marks, we're going to go back in there. I'm going to go back in there. I'm not so sure I want to let Fred go back in, but I'm going to go back in and I'm going to stay there one night, and I'm never coming back to that place again. And I think I've been so lucky. The reason why it's not attacking me like it wants to, and I've just been getting shadows and turning my space heater off and just little trickery things around here, is because he can't get to me. I believe that strongly. He, I'm not Catholic. I'm Protestant, and I'm fully 100% protected by the good Lord, and he gonna have a hard time getting into me. If you guys can see that, he got his hands full when it comes to me. So, with that being said, I have no worries, no fears, because I'm protected, and we're going to go over here across the street to this church, and we're going to get Fred protected, and we're going to get rid of all these little demons or whatever that's going on here, and my team's going to get back out there in the field and do what we got to do. With that being said, guys, we're going to be in the woods. We're going to hit the ground tomorrow. I don't know if it's just going to be me and Mike, but if Fred is cool and he's the way he was yesterday, Fred will be with us. And like I said, guys, keep an eye on Fred. When I'm filming, I'm gonna spend some time with keeping the camera on Fred. Pay attention to that, guys. Till then, stay tuned for the next one.